Creating a new booking in Ibex is easy. If you had more than 20 rooms, it might be useful to use the unit filter to display on the calendar only the rooms of a type that the guest is wanting to book. So in this case we've selected doubles. To create the booking, all we need to do is click and drag on the calendar. It pops up a form where we can enter the guest contact details, but if they've booked with us before, we can pick the details from the customer database, and these automatically populate into the booking form. As we go through, we click on the Rooms tab, and the room we've chosen can be booked either as a twin or a double. So having changed the room type, what we can do now is choose the number of people in this room, and you see the price change based on the occupancy of the room. But in this case we're going to book this with, instead of a bed and breakfast rate plan, with a room only rate plan. And if we wanted to, that's only a suggested rate, we could override that. So to create the booking, I'm going to deselect email there and just click book, and that appears now on our calendar. If subsequently we needed to change that booking, we could move it into another room, we could change the duration of stay, all done by just clicking and dragging on the booking record itself. Ibex can cope with group bookings that have differing start and end dates with the rooms within that booking, and also sometimes if you have contractors, they might want to share the bill for a room, and Ibex can also do that. So what we're able to do is split the room out so that it can be shared between two separate guest accounts. For managing bookings on a day-to-day basis, as well as the calendar, we also have the arrivals and departures view. This gives us a simple summary of who's arriving and who has already arrived and who's leaving. So from here we can check a guest in, we can print a guest registration form, and we can get a quick summary of the information relating to that booking. If I check this guest in, we can go back to the calendar, and we see that this is now showing us green on the calendar to indicate that that is a checked-in guest. If you wanted to change your rates, just click on the Rates and Minimum Stays tab. If we wanted to change our rates for tonight, it's as simple as clicking in the cell here, entering a new price, and then from the drop down we could jump to the other room types and change the price and so on. If you wanted to make changes affecting a specific day of the week, like for example if you wanted to have a special offer on Saturdays between now and the end of February for your double or twin rate plans, we can do that very easily. We set up a date range here, and when we have a span of more than 7 nights, we're able to affect the days of the week individually. So I will deselect the other days, and we put a special price in for all Saturdays. We can jump back to today on the calendar by clicking the Today button, and as you just saw, we can click these double-headed arrows to jump forward one screen at a time. There are a number of different reports available, including things like occupancy and revenue and payments received, but Ibex can also generate a housekeeping list for your cleaning staff. and this report is able to indicate different types of clean that are required. So we can see here some are departures, some are daily cleans. IBEX allows you to create email templates which can then be scheduled to be sent out at various predetermined times. So for example here we have an email inviting someone to leave a review on TripAdvisor, and this will be scheduled to be sent out automatically 3 days after the guest has left. To conclude our very quick tour of IBEX, I'm just showing you now the bookings list, which shows the most recent bookings at the top and the older ones appear lower down. The really powerful feature here is you can use the filter to search for guests arriving or who arrived within a particular month which had been made for a specific sales channel, for example Expedia, and you can add additional criteria as well. So you may be wanting to look at all Expedia bookings that were made in January which were cancelled, and we can apply filters. In this case we find that no bookings have been found that meet the specified criteria, but if they had, one of the useful things is you can export the results to an Excel compatible CSV file.